Did you know there's no Tom at Tom's? Our name reflects our commitment to creating better tomorrows. This season, embrace cozy comfort with Tom's. From chic boots and everyday sneakers to wedges and our iconic alpargata slip-ons. Our cloud-bound insoles deliver exceptional cushioning, perfect for morning meetings, yoga sessions, farmers markets, and quiet moments at home. When you buy Tom's, you help make a difference in the lives of others. Together, we've positively impacted over 100 million people to date, and we're only getting started. Shop fall footwear essentials now at toms.com.
Are you ready to move your career forward? Make your comeback with Purdue Global and get college credit for your work, school life, or military experiences. With these credits, you may have already completed up to 75% of your undergraduate degree. You've worked hard to get where you are. It's time to get the recognition you deserve and earn a degree you'll be proud of. One that employers will trust and respect. When you take the next step in your life and career, make it count with Purdue Global, Purdue's online university for working adults. Start your comeback at purdueglobal.edu.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy two. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. Recently, I asked Mint Mobile's legal team if big wireless companies are allowed to raise prices due to inflation. They said yes. And then when I asked if raising prices technically violates those onerous 2-year contracts, they said, "What the f*** are you talking about, you insane Hollywood ass?" So to recap, we're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.
Hello. From Wonder Media Network, I'm Jenny Kaplan, and this is Womanica. October is the perfect time to delve into all things spooky. So this month, we're talking about the women who give us goosebumps. Some are real-life creators of spine-chilling works of fiction. Others are the subjects of frightening folklore. Either way, these scream queens are sure to give you a scare. Today we're talking about the woman behind one of the most iconic monsters of the silver screen. He watches carefree swimmers from a shady patch of seagrass. He glides alongside them in secrecy, camouflaged by the murky darkness of his home. He is the creature from the Black Lagoon, and his creator was Milicent Patrick. Much like her beloved monsters, Milicent's story is one of fantastical proportions and a few conflicting accounts. She was born Mildred Elizabeth Fulvia de Rossi sometime around 1920. She was most likely not an Italian baroness, but her father was a successful engineer who worked on William Randolph Hearst's California estate, also known as Hearst Castle. Mildred grew up in California and in South America. Mildred studied at Chouinard Art Institute, known today as Cal Arts, and quickly found herself working at Walt Disney Studios. She landed in the ink and paint department, where she was part of an all-women team whose main job was to clean up and transfer animators' drawings onto celluloid. Eventually, she moved on to color animation, working on 4 sequences of Disney's Fantasia. It was there she sketched one of her first monsters, Chernabog, an enormous glimmering shadow demon. By 1947, Milicent had officially broken into the movie business. She started as a 2D sketch artist for Paramount. Soon after, she started acting in bit parts across genres: a nymph in a lagoon, a bartender in a tavern. She was working on one of those films when she met Universal Studios head of makeup, Bud Westmore. Bud was looking for a new monster for one of his movies. Milicent was the girl for the job. In the 1930s and 1940s, monster movies had skyrocketed in popularity. They offered fantastical outlets from the real-life horrors of the Great Depression and World War II, and Universal Studios was the country's lead monster supplier. After the war, though, Universal's pictures took on a more political bent, using the burgeoning genre of science fiction to tap into optimism and fear about the future. The atomic age had arrived, and with it, so had wide-eyed aliens and interplanetary wars. Bud Westmore's makeup department had been tasked with creating an alien for the new movie It Came from Outer Space. The film's marketing used an enormous eye to represent the aliens in advertisements. But they needed a real alien on set, one that could photograph well. Bud brought Milicent onto the project, and she got to work turning that all-seeing eye into a Cyclops-like creature, dripping with ectoplasm. Bud's 3D makeup team then brought those sketches to life. The film was a hit. The blob alien was the first in a series of monsters Milicent created. She worked on a series of Abbott and Costello movies, designing the comedy duo's encounters with Frankenstein, The Invisible Man, and The Mummy, as well as a slew of other sci-fi flicks. Milicent's role was realization. She took cues from a team of designers. For example, that a monster should have bug-like features or an exposed brain, and sketched out designs to bring the monster to life. From there, a team of makeup artists would translate her 2D designs to 3D costumes. In 1952, Bud came to Milicent with a new pitch. William Alland, the producer for It Came from Outer Space, had overheard a wild story at a dinner party. One guest spun a tale about a secluded lagoon where there existed a secret population of half-man, half-fish creatures. Alland was going to make a movie about the story, and he needed Bud's team to bring one of those fishmen into being. Milicent was thrilled. The monster would be called the Gill-man. Conflicting accounts estimate the development of the Gill-man could have cost up to $18,000, about $205,000 today. It was an involved process. The Gill-man wasn't just a monster, he was a character. He was fearsome but curious, distinctly monstrous but still recognizably human. And the costume itself had to be functional. The actor inside it would have to emote, swim, and walk like a man. Oh, and they'd like for the suit to have fully pulsating gills as well. Milicent consulted sources across genres and eras. She looked at the shapes and shadows of prehistoric creatures, the webbed limbs of amphibians, the scales of fish, and scale mail of warriors. The team debated back and forth over whether a tail would serve the creature or not before ultimately chopping it off. According to some stories, they even drew inspiration from the shape of the statuette given out at the Oscars. Milicent stayed around once the Gill-man existed in 3D and painted last-touch details onto his very scales. When she stepped back to look him in those bulging eyes she'd designed, she said, "Well, the shape he finally wound up in, I think, is cute. But that's because I worked on him so long. He was supposed to scare most everybody else." The Gill-man was a head-to-toe three-dimensional monster. He was one of the last to join Universal's horrific lineup, and he was the first to have been designed by a woman. Excited by the film's prospects, Universal sent Milicent out on a press tour armed with masks of monsters she'd helped create. They dubbed her the Beauty Who Lives with the Beasts. On stage, laced up in dark crepe dresses, with her hair pulled back to expose glittering earrings, Milicent looked the part. But her boss, Bud Westmore, wasn't so happy. While Milicent was on tour, he hounded Universal to rescind Milicent's credits. He claimed the Gill-man was entirely his own, while Universal claimed Milicent had created the monster all by herself. Milicent tried to credit the team behind the costume, but it was no use. Bud was vehement. When Milicent finished her tour, Bud took her new designs for an upcoming movie, and then fired her. And that's about all we know of Milicent's story. With Bud's blacklisting, she stopped designing and acting, or at least she stopped being credited for her work. From the 1950s onwards, there's no clear trace of her. But new attempts at recollecting Milicent's story, like the 2019 biography, The Lady from the Black Lagoon, are still trying to reconnect us with the woman behind these monstrous icons. All month, we're talking about Scream Queens. For more information, find us on Facebook and Instagram at Womanica Podcast. Special thanks to Liz Kaplan, my favorite sister and co-creator. Talk to you tomorrow.
Oh, the places you'll go when you go in Tom's, the beloved family footwear brand. Over the years, we've learned a thing or two about style and comfort. Our fall collection offers hundreds of styles for women, men, and kids at great prices. Boots, sneakers, wedges, loafers, flats, and our iconic alpargata slip-ons. When you buy Tom's, you help make a difference in the lives of others. Together, we've positively impacted over 100 million people to date, and we're just getting started. Shop the full fall assortment now at toms.com.
Does money stress you out? Let Facet flip your financial chaos into clarity.
Finding Facet immediately put us at ease.
Facet's innovative approach to financial planning ensures your money works as hard as you do, enabling members to experience the joys of having your finances in order.
And that makes us Facet for life now, I guess.
Visit Facet.com, FACET.com to learn more. This ad is sponsored by Facet. Facet Wealth is an SEC registered investment advisor. This is not an offer to buy or sell securities, nor is it investment, legal, or tax advice. These testimonials are from current Facet members who are not compensated. All opinions are their own and not a guarantee of a similar outcome.
Wake up at Holiday Inn Express to a can't-miss breakfast that's free with every stay. Count on all the hot, fresh coffee you need and an incredible breakfast buffet that has something for everyone, like eggs, cinnamon rolls, and even hot, fresh pancakes with all the toppings you crave. Next time, do yourself a favor and stay at a Holiday Inn Express with a can't-miss breakfast that's free with every stay. So, when you wake up at Holiday Inn Express, you'll wake up happy, a part of IHG Hotels and Resorts.
What is this place?
Welcome to Cloud9.
How exactly did I get here?
You're a Toyota Crown driver, and only Crown drivers ever reach this level of pure bliss.
The captivating Toyota Crown family. Toyota, let's go places.